2, 3, 4.
Oh, come on, stupid thing. Piece of junk. Stupid.
What is happening?
Yeah.
You okay over there?
We started the show, didn't we?
Well, see, here's the thing. Stupid podcast machine is, like, not working all of a sudden. It just quit on me. We got it all started. We got the theme song going. I don't know what happened. It just died. So, I guess we're winging it, guys. I don't know what else to do.
What podcast machine are you using?
Yeah, you've had a machine this whole time.
Oh, you didn't know we were running Podcast Machine 3.5?
Oh, no, I'm sitting over here on a Nokia wireless over here. This thing never dies.
I'm on one of those two-way Sprint phones where I can walkie-talkie people still.
Oh,
I'll tell
gosh.
you what. That Sprint, is that guy still doing Sprint? The, can you hear me now?
Yeah, he's the traitor. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me now?
Benedict
It's like,
Arnold?
no one cares.
Because you went to Sprint.
Traitor.
It's like trying to put a sprinkle on a turd. Still a turd.
Who tries to do that? You know what this needs? Sprinkles.
Sounds like one of those cosmic brownies.
Here, eat this. It's delicious.
I don't know where to go from here.
Let's see. This is improv, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we should introduce ourselves now instead of 30 minutes into last time.
We have to introduce ourselves?
Yeah, the podcast machine doesn't do it for us now, seeing as it's, kaput at the moment.
I always thought of you as the podcast machine, Mark.
Oh, well, that's so sweet of you. But, no, I'm not where the magic happens. But, I will try to be tonight. So
Bow chicka wow wow.
not what I meant at all. Well, in any case, I guess I am driving the ship for the moment. So I am Marc Boucher, and also with me this evening is one Patrick Novosel.
Hold on a second. Before you introduce anyone else, there's no nicknames?
No, I'm not going with the nicknames.
All right, well then I'm going to introduce you as the Spin Doctor, Marc Boucher.
Yes.
Little miss, can't be wrong. But yeah, sure, we'll go with that. Then I'll have to think of a name for you then. So, the master of Power Rangers Beats of Power, Patrick Novosel.
That's so much better than what Ronnie did last week. This is Patrick. He likes Power Rangers and stuff. It's like, no, that's all you can come up with.
It's on the fly.
I like mine though. I like long walks on the beach and Mexican food.
Yeah, exactly right. Nailed it.
I know.
Nailed
Butchered
it.
mine.
Ran out of steam on the second introduction, though.
And I'm spent. And then, of course, and that's the one I remember for some reason. I don't know why. But the man who can make you laugh in 3 words or less, Mr. Ronnie Johantes.
Hi.
So for those who may not know, this is our 48th episode of the Good Morning Guys podcast. I guess I should introduce the fact that this is the Good Morning Guys podcast, if you didn't know already. So welcome. For those, if this is your first time listening, you picked a bad time to jump in. But stick with us anyways, for sure. And for those...
You're like, this show sucks.
But it's a good kind of suck. But in any case...
Really? I want that to be on our t-shirts. The Good Morning Guys. The good kind of suck.
Ah, man, as soon as Lucas leaves, everything just falls apart.
Oh, shoot.
But in any case, if this is not your first time joining us, welcome back. We are so glad you're here, and you are in for some kind of a ride. I don't know what kind of a ride it's going to be, but it's going to be a ride for sure.
Hopefully it's a good ride.
It's the good kind of ride, yes. Put that on
the shirt also.
Things that the Good Morning Guys are a good kind of. Suck. Ride. Etc.
Check.
Check and check. So, how's everybody doing? How's everybody's week's been? Ronnie, I'll start with you. How's your week been?
Good.
Good? That's good. Awesome. Okay, Patrick, how was your week?
It was good. It was a good kind of week.
Okay, awesome. Mine was mediocre, I guess.
And that's about it.
Yep.
Honestly, I don't even remember what I did this week. I don't think that I did anything outside of the norm.
Really?
It's a regular work, volleyball, just rinse and repeat for me. Nothing out of the ordinary. I didn't watch any movies. Superman really roughed me up last week. I think I'm going to be off of movies for a little while.
Jeez.
He's still talking about it. That's how bad it was.
Changed my life.
So sorry.
In a bad way.
So sorry. So sorry. But not sorry. So, interesting thing. So, we're coming towards the end of summer. And we're getting into fall. Which is personally my favorite season. Which we may talk about on a later episode. But in any case, my favorite kind of season. And along with it comes...
pumpkin beers.
Yes. Pumpkin everything, I suppose.
Yep.
You guys on the pumpkin train? Like, you guys like the pumpkin stuff?
I am as basic white girl as it comes.
So you like everything pumpkin?
I love everything pumpkin.
Wow.
Yeah. And I am unapologetic about it. I love this. I love the fall. I know we're still in August, so we still got a couple of weeks. I say a couple, more than a couple, but the fact that like at the end of July, I started seeing like the pumpkin Reese's peanut butter cups. I was like, come on now. Now we're pushing it.
Now, do those taste like pumpkins, or are they just shaped like pumpkins?
They're just shaped like pumpkins. Which is...
Do you really like pumpkin beer?
I don't think I've ever had pumpkin beer.
Really?
So there's really... I've tried... I like beer, so I try all kinds of beer. And for pumpkin beers, there's this beer called O'Fallon's, just called pumpkin beer. Nothing special, just pumpkin beer. And it is fantastic. It tastes like you're drinking a pumpkin pie. It's really, really good. Now, you can only have like one because it's a lot.
Like a dessert beer.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I went to a marathon, the local marathon. I think it was Friday, and I was just looking at the beer selection. I noticed that they already have pumpkin beers out. It was what was Friday? August 1st or the 2nd?
Second,
wow.
yeah.
Yeah, they are already out.
Yep.
They're on it, man. I'm a complete opposite of Mark. I dislike everything pumpkin. Like, pumpkin flavor to me is the worst.
You make me sad.
I eat a piece of pumpkin pie like once every 3 years, maybe.
Just to see if you like it.
How long ago was it?
That's actually been a couple years. I'm probably due.
Okay.
I probably do. Usually on Thanksgiving, we'll hit that up.
The annual tasting of the pumpkin pie.
Yeah. Yeah, fun fact, by the way, is my birthday falls on Thanksgiving this year.
You know what's funny?
Oh, there you go.
My wife's birthday, which I'm assuming yours is November 28th.
Yes, it is.
Also falls on Thanksgiving.
How about that?
Yeah.
Actually, I guess it's probably been longer than that. It's probably been, I think this happened one other time not too terribly long ago. Well, it could have been. It could have been up to 10 years, and it could have been down to 3 years. Somewhere in that range, I believe it happened. But it's fallen on Black Friday a few times, too.
Interesting.
Doesn't the name Black Friday seem like a little rough, right? Like Black Friday, like the day the stock market crashed, it's like Black Tuesday. And we went ahead and named a day with a bunch of deals where people wait in line and fight each other. We named that Black Friday.
Well, it's more the fact that, like, it's pandemonium. It's just, like, in terms of retail sales, yeah, like, it's the biggest day that they make money and stuff, but it is complete insanity. So I think that's where Black Friday comes from, I think.
I don't think I've heard the word pandemonium since like the WWF announcers.
It's
in the 90s,
pandemonium!
Pandemonium! Here in the Silverdome! No, yeah, it's just really, really hectic. And I've never been in the
retail. You guys ever go out for that?
What's that?
Do you guys ever go out for Black Friday?
I have.
Like get into the craziness?
It was absolutely nuts. I went to... Actually, I've been to Black Friday stuff, but I think I remember the first memory I had of going like for those early sales. They actually started going into Thursday, into Thanksgiving Day with it. Because I know Walmart at like 6 o'clock, they would start their quote unquote Black Friday sales. And I went with my parents one time, and it was utter chaos. I couldn't believe it. There was like cops everywhere trying to monitor everything, and it's just I try to avoid that.
No, I used to do Black Friday, but no, I don't do that anymore. I
feel like I would pay thousands to not wait in line.
There's Amazon. I mean, just order
Cyber Monday.
Yeah, everything online. I mean, they're transitioning because they don't want people to be killed. I mean, people have been killed before on Black Friday. Killed.
Yep.
To get a TV.
Yep.
To save $100.
Must have been a good deal.
And people have
a really good deal.
People have brought this up time and time again. Is the fact that like we have Black Friday and people go nuts over these deals the day after we are thankful.
It's like, all right, we've shook hands. Now let's kill each other.
Yeah, we were thankful
that was yesterday. Yeah. Oh shoot.
But back to seasonal stuff. Like I absolutely love everything pumpkin. I love the pumpkin flavorings in my coffee. They have pumpkin donuts, all sorts of stuff like that. Do you guys have anything that like comes out seasonally that you really enjoy? Patrick, I know you shared about the pumpkin beer, but is there anything else?
Yeah, wintertime, when the very spicy and flavorful beers come out, they put like the pine kind of stuff in beers, and like I said before, my sense of smell isn't very strong, so when they add the pine to beers, I can smell way better, and I can actually taste the beer, and it becomes more flavorful for me. So I love when they come out and add that pine during the wintertime. There's one beer that tastes like a Christmas cookie to me. It's a local Cincinnati beer. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, I look forward to wintertime. I hate winter with a passion. I love summer. Summer is my favorite, but one of the best times of the winter is when the beers come out.
So what is
now that I hear like all of your like favorite flavors and things that you like, I'm not actually sure how we're friends. I'm gonna be honest.
Hey, he's reconsidering.
Did you just
his
say
life choices.
pine? Like
what does
your
pine
beer taste like a
like?
pine cone?
Yeah. There's they add that, and it tastes like Christmas. It's like Christmas time. It's a standard thing that they add to a lot of winter beers. They don't just like grind up a tree and just like throw it in there and you have like a smoothie of tree. No, it's just like a flavor or smell, a note of it. And now somehow
you're drinking a note of a tree. Then
I just don't think I've ever tasted a tree, so I wouldn't know where to base that. That's just my thing. That's all. Okay, so we're going to take a visit to the Discord for a little bit because we've got some random questions in here. So Mr. Travis Popsicle writes, what do you think of Phase 4 of the MCU? Now, Ronnie, I don't know if you saw any of the announcements about the next phase for where Marvel's going with their movies. Did you catch anything about that?
If you had to guess for $100, what would your answer be?
No.
You would win $100.
Yes!
That were the scenario.
Why didn't I bet you $100?
I think it's going to be interesting to see the MCU without the Avengers as we really know them. It's going to be very, very strange. They were naming off movies that I had no idea. Like I think it's like the Mark of Chi or the Mark of something or
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. And I'm like, I don't know anything about this. Is this just made up?
Where did this information come from?
So San Diego Comic-Con happened a couple of weeks ago, and Marvel had a big panel where they basically gave out their lineup for the next probably 2 years, something like that. It's just the next phase of where things are going, and it was actually a combination of both like actual movies and also the television shows that they're bringing to their new Disney streaming platform, Disney Plus, because they will all tie into the Marvel universe, Marvel Cinematic Universe, and will all have repercussions that'll play out in other movies. Like they announced, first off for next year, Black Widow is getting her own solo movie. And it is a prequel. So if you watched Avengers Endgame, that makes sense that it's a prequel. I don't know.
What does that mean?
Nothing.
Yeah, what does
Nothing
that,
at all.
what does that even mean?
Lies. Total lies. I don't believe you. The next movie to come out is it's a property called The Eternals. The Eternals basically they're kind of like intergalactic Avengers that existed like millions of years before the Avengers. So it's a deep cut for sure, but I feel like that may or may not kind of fill the void of like an Avengers type team. I know Angelina Jolie has been cast in the movie, as well as several others that I am not recalling at the moment. But yeah, Patrick mentioned Shang-Chi, which basically he is referred to as the master of Kung Fu. He's proficient in all kinds of unarmed and weaponry-based styles of combat, and he actually has the ability to create countless duplicates of himself.
So like a whole Kung Fu army?
Yeah, basically.
Nice.
Yeah. And apparently, with this Shang-Chi movie, they're going to introduce the real Mandarin. Now, if you saw have you seen Iron Man 3, Ronnie?
I have not.
Okay. So that comment makes no sense to you. I don't know if I should go into details because you may watch it.
No, I'm gonna watch it, but you can spoil it. I don't care.
Okay.
Oh man, you don't want to. Don't spoil it.
Okay.
It's a fun Mandarin in that one, because the Mandarin is like is he the main villain?
Technically,
in Iron Man 3?
Of Iron Man 3, yeah, technically.
Yeah. So yeah, don't spoil that for him.
Yeah, the Mandarin is in the comics is one of Iron Man's biggest enemies, actually. But yes, he will be in Shang-Chi. And along with that, I'm trying to bring up the actual full list here.
Thor 4?
Yes, there is another Thor movie coming. Not 100% sure if Chris Hemsworth is going to be in it or not.
Is it going to be Fat Thor?
Not sure. I'm most likely. But I'm not sure if Chris Hemsworth is going to be in it or not.
Didn't he get thin at the end of the final fight though?
Nope.
Not really. He kind of padded himself up with the nice little armor he had.
I think that made him look thinner, for sure.
Sure, absolutely. But yeah, they announced a movie called Thor: Love and Thunder, which is interesting name for a Thor movie, but The
It's
reason
an interesting
it's
name for a non-XXX adult movie.
No, what makes it interesting is the fact that that Natalie Portman is coming back as the character Jane Foster, but she's not going to be just Jane Foster. She will be the female Thor. Basically, they in comics recently they introduced a female version of Thor that has all the powers and abilities of Thor, has Mjolnir, all that kind of stuff. And so it turned out in that particular run, Thor ended up being Jane Foster, and so they're basically bringing that character in. At the panel, they kind of brought her out, and oh yeah, she's coming back. And then Taika Waititi, the guy that not only was the director of Thor Ragnarok, but he is also the guy that plays Korg. Hello, my name's Korg. That kind of thing.
I love that dude.
Oh, new Master 69. So
when is the next Marvel thing coming out? Is there anything coming out this year? Or is everything next year?
Everything is next year.
That's crazy.
Black Widow, I believe, is March, I want to say, of 2020.
That is a huge time difference between the Spider-Man and then Black Widow. Has it ever been that long before? I feel like every 3 or 4 months we would get a new movie.
I'd have to look back at stuff. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't... Actually, yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
But, yeah, March, I believe, is when Black Widow comes out.
Speaking of superheroes.
Yeah.
I watched The Boys yesterday.
Really?
I watched this show. I don't know if you know about it, Mark, but I was talking to Ronnie about it, about The Boys is an Amazon Prime TV show about basically superheroes who use their powers for their own personal gain.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've seen advertisements for it. I have not watched it yet, but
it is not for kids in the slightest. It is like the rated R of all the R's. There is cussing. There are scenes of nudity for the ones that I only watched the first episode, but I'm like, there's blood, there's gore, there's brutality. It is insane. If you ever wanted to watch a rated R, this is worse than Deadpool. That's how bad this show is. But it was the first episode was an hour long, and I'm assuming all the episodes are like an hour long. There's 8 episodes in this season, and I watched the first episode, and I could not believe how far they went down the rabbit hole in this one. Imagine superheroes being bad, or superheroes using their powers for selfish reasons. It was insane. They go into there was a scene where this guy loses someone very close to him, and she dies as a result of a superhero, and they're trying to shut him up. They make him try to sign an NDA. They want to give him like $45,000 to shut up and never talk about it again. I'm like, wow, because it would be they don't want that kind of perception amongst the media, amongst the world, because superheroes are supposed to be good. They're not supposed to be like doing stuff like that, like killing people, like just normal citizens. It was insane. I don't really want to go into too much because there's a lot in here that you just got to watch it for yourself. But
yeah,
honestly, there's a lot in here, so I don't know. Like Lucas, I don't think he'll ever watch this show.
Yeah,
Ronnie may. This is not really for everyone. This is it's a racy show.
Yeah,
I think I probably will check it out at least.
There you go. Yeah, the content in it really is what has turned me off to it.
I can totally see that. Yeah.
I'm one of those guys that, I'll look ahead, look at what does this movie have in it in terms of content and stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah, and that's kind of what turned me off to it. But the concept sounds really cool. I really like that part, but
yeah, there's one point. There was a bathroom scene, and something happened, and it was just like one of those things that happens, and it is not that is not necessary to move the story along. Those kind of things. It's like,
yeah.
And my wife just turns to me. She's like, "Really? Was that really necessary?" And I looked at her like, "No, that they did not need to add that in there." But yeah, I mean, I think I compare this to like Game of Thrones, to where they are all in their show. There's like, they don't hold back on anything. They will show everything. So yeah, I mean, this is very, very interesting. The style of it, the direction. I think the main characters is Carl Urban and Dennis Quaid's son.
Interesting.
Dennis Quaid. At first I'm like, this guy looks familiar, and then at one point when you pause like Amazon Prime, it gives you like who's in that scene. It gives you kind of like a little bit of like IMDb kind of stuff, where like,
cool.
Hey, this is the people that are in the scene. And I saw like Quaid. I'm like, is there any relation to any of the Quaid family? And then the son of Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan. And at this point, I couldn't really tell, because he kind of looks like Dennis Quaid, but when he smiles, you're like, yep, that's Dennis Quaid for sure. He's got that like Joker kind of smile, like Jack Nicholson smile.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but man, it is a crazy show.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, the concept seems interesting, but I don't think I'm gonna watch this one. But
yeah.
Didn't
you watch the DC Titans show?
Yes, and it doesn't go that far.
Okay, I remember it was just the trailer. They're just like cussed out Batman. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, there's some language in it for sure, but they haven't been that racy.
Gotcha.
Now they're filming season 2, so I'm hoping they continue to not go that far. But we'll see. But to go real quick through the rest of Phase 4. So we got, like I said, Black Widow and the Eternals coming out next year. 2021 has Shang-Chi. The full movie title is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. And then they announced a Doctor Strange sequel, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which that's exciting that they're adding multiverse stuff.
That's a great way to introduce like X-Men.
Yep. Which, by the way, Kevin Feige kind of teased towards the end of the announcement. He's like, "Oh yeah, we don't have time to talk about the Fantastic Four and Guardians 3 and X-Men." And all that kind of stuff. So it's in the works. They're working on it. It's just not. It's not in this particular phase. So probably a Phase 5. Oh, and they announced one more thing, which I'll save toward the end. But yeah, I mentioned Thor: Love and Thunder comes out in 2021, and then they talked about their Disney Plus series, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which will show Falcon as Captain America, which will be awesome. And, of course, Bucky, the Winter Soldier. WandaVision, which is, of course, Scarlet Witch and Vision. They're going to have a Loki television series. Hawkeye is getting his own television series. And also a series called What If, where basically they take Marvel stories that they've already talked about, I think, in like the MCU, and kind of twist them a little bit. Like, I remember when I first heard about this series, they mentioned, like, what if Peggy Carter got the super soldier serum and Steve Rogers became Iron Man?
Now, is this a live action show, or is this like a narration or animated? What kind of show is this?
That's live action. What If is live action. Falcon and the Winter Soldier is live action. WandaVision is live action. Loki is live action. The only one that I think listed here that's not, and I could be wrong about this, is Hawkeye. I think that's animated.
Ugh.
Yeah. But the rest of them seems really interesting, and they're tied into the major, the MCU Phase 4. So that'll be interesting to see. And then they made one more announcement, and that was that they are making a Blade movie.
Yeah, they did.
They are rebooting Blade. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the actor Mahershala Ali.
Yes.
The one thing I know him from was if you watched the Luke Cage series, the Netflix series.
Yeah.
He was the character Cottonmouth.
Right. Yeah, he was the bad guy.
Yeah. He's been in lots of other stuff. I think he's actually either been nominated or won an Academy Award.
He's good. I know him. The first time I think I saw him was in House of Cards on Netflix.
Nice. Okay.
But he's good. He's been really good in everything that he does. So I'm interested to see his his rendition, and a portrayal of Blade.
Yeah, it's about time to reboot it.
Yep.
And he got a blessing from Mr. Wesley Snipes, so that was a big deal. But yeah, Travis. So I'm interested to see where it's going. They have a roadmap. Some interesting properties here that they're pulling into Phase 4, but I trust in Marvel, so I know they're going to do a good job with it. So, Ronnie, based on everything you heard, was there anything that was interesting to you about where they're going with it?
I would say no.
Okay.
No, I just, I haven't seen, I think I just haven't seen enough of them to, I guess I get as excited. Like, right. I think I'm the most excited for another Guardians of the Galaxy movie because those movies are awesome.
Yeah.
But no, I still have a lot of them to watch. I think I'm halfway there.
Gotcha. Are you living on a prayer?
Yep.
Speaking of prayers, we got a voicemail from someone, Lucas Ham Swisher.
Who's that?
Oh no. Hold on. How do I do
And I've
speaker?
deleted the voicemail from Lucas Ham Swisher.
On this episode where I'm not present. Gushin, and
last
still
week's.
help me if I'm only the second episode I've ever missed.
Yep, that's totally last.
Oh no, that's the last one. All right, well,
I thought it sounded a lot like the one from last week.
Scratch that. I was like, wait a second, that sounds familiar.
Let's try this again. Repeat.
Good morning, my brothers and sisters, and Ronnie, and Patrick, and my big ol' La Coretta fan. Not that you're a big guy, just, you're a big fan of La Coretta. Marc Boucher. Hey, guys, this is Lucas giving you your second update on my trip in northern Brazil. I am here on a big boat that's going to take me to our next location. It's only about a 26-hour trip, sleeping in a hammock, eating lots of good food, hanging out with lots of good friends, meeting new Brazilians, hanging out. I have not been able to watch your Superman episode yet. I am looking forward to it, maybe on this trip to give it a listen. But I miss you guys so much, and I wish, again, I could be on the Improv episode tonight. In the spirit of Improv, I have no idea what I'm going to update you on. I just called just to say hello. It's been a fantastic week, the first full week of 3 weeks with a group from California. We went up and down the Amazon River a couple days ago, visiting villages and villagers and hanging out with shrimp fishermen, sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ, singing songs, giving testimonies. It was fantastic, and it went really well. And I got a chance to, meet lots of new people, stand on the equator and northern and some of the southern hemispheres at the same time. It was a cool time. So That's all for now. Hope the improv episode goes well or is going well. Until we talk again later, as you live, as you work, as you breathe, as you game, as you do all the other stuff you do. God bless you guys. Ciao.
Awesome, Lucas. Thank you so much for the update and for calling in. I will say, though, it's going to be a long time before you're able to watch this episode or any other episode.
Same thing. I was like, how are you watching this?
Seeing as we are a podcast, you cannot watch our podcast. You can only listen.
I can't wait to watch it. Well, I can't wait to watch it either. Where are you getting this?
It's this other YouTube channel where people like basically lip sync to our recording, and
or like put in like a cartoon, like anime or some sort of animation.
Yes,
to our voices. Hey, guess what? We also got another voicemail from Lucas, and I'm not going to play it. So I'm going to skip over. And I'm going to play a voicemail from our very own Ash Marcel.
Woo!
Hi guys, it's Ashley here coming to you from Scotland. So a couple weeks ago, I sent in a picture with some Scottish names on it, and basically to see how you guys pronounce them. It turned out pretty funny. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to say all the words myself. I'll give them a go. But I'll say the words I know for now. So, number 1 is Edinburgh. So you kind of say it like, you want to go to Edinburgh? Come on, brah. So that's a big city, not too far from Glasgow where I am. Next one is Hogmanay. How you say it, Hogmanay. It's easy enough. That's basically another word for New Year's. And we've got Loch. So you have to kind of your CH at the end, so you have Loch Ness and Loch Lomond. Next one, I don't know, I'll come back to that. The next one after that is Drumnadrochit. It's a village not far from Loch Ness. Pretty place though. Next one that I know is Milgai, which looks like it says Milngavie. Confused me when I first moved to Glasgow. It's an area in Glasgow, Milngai. Next one is Dreich. Now, that basically means bleak or horrible weather. Not a lot of people use that word, though. Next one is Sachi Hall Street. It's a street in Glasgow. Has lots of bars and restaurants on it. So, the ones that I'm not entirely sure how to say, but I'm going to try it anyway, is Tegnabruch. Don't know what that means. I think it's a village in Scotland. I'm not sure. Next one is Bunahabhain, which kind of just sounds like a fancy word for banana, but I think it's a whiskey. Next one is Octamarkty. Again, I don't know what that is. Could be a village, could be a whiskey. Who can tell? Anyway, yeah, that's the words for you guys. My marks for you guys would probably be 5 meats and tatties out of 10. Okay, bye.
I love that, how it's like, it's either a village or a whiskey. How Scottish is that?
The one that really got me was Milgai. It does. They're like just like disregard the V that's in that word.
Yep. Well, that's like growing up in New England, in Massachusetts, there is a town, and the way that it's spelt is Gloucester, but it's pronounced
Smith.
Gloucester.
Gloucester?
Yes. So, I don't know. It's weird. I just find it funny that she presented the challenge and didn't know like 3 of the words.
It could be a town, it could be a whiskey, who can tell?
Who can tell, right?
Oh, well,
Oh, thank you so much, Ashley, for sending that in, though. That's hilarious. That's
Yes,
hilarious.
That is hilarious. All right, guys, I've got a little something here for you.
Go for it.
All right.
And today, ladies and gentlemen, on Would You Rather, we have two contestants. One, Patrick Novacell, lover of Superman, and two, facing off versus him is Marc Boucher, lover of Batman. Let's see who wins the game. First question. I'm going to keep a random score. You're not going to know what it is.
All right.
Until
Points
the
don't
end.
matter.
Okay.
I have to like your answers. First question. Would you rather be covered in fur or scales
Fur.
forever?
Fur.
Scales.
Why?
Well, I'm already pretty covered in fur, and it's pretty hot. So, being the hairy Frenchman that I am, so I think scales would probably be a lot less hot.
I don't know. I think it'd be a little bit more attractive if I had fur rather than reptile skin.
I believe that all depends on the woman, right?
Yep.
Hey,
I guess it attracts the...
watch me shed my skin. Watch this.
All right, Mark, 1-0.
Okay.
Would you rather go to jail for a year or just forfeit that year of your life entirely?
Isn't the same thing?
Well, would you rather live in jail for a year or just have one less year to live? You just forfeit an entire year.
One less year to live, because those years suck anyways.
Well, no. The year that you would go to jail, you just forfeit that entire year. So if you were to go to jail for a year, next year, would you want to be in jail for the year, or would you just want that whole year just to be completely wiped off the map?
I'd still go wiped off the map.
I mean, you could get jacked while you're in jail. I mean, that's what they do. They lift in there.
That's
Come
true.
out looking like Arnold.
But you can get also other things while you're in jail that I don't want. So, just saying.
That's fair. Nobody wins that. Your answer
That's
sucked.
a bad kind of jail.
That's prison. All right, here we go. Would you rather have an actual get out of jail free card or have a key that opens any door?
I don't think I ever would do something that's going to throw me in jail. Well, not anymore.
If you had that card, I mean.
I did a lot of that stuff when I was 17. Key. I'd like to open any door.
I would also say key as well, because why not?
Now, can I use my get out of jail free card for someone else, or does it have to be for me?
Good question. We're going to say it has to be for you.
Okay. Still keys.
What if it's for somebody else?
I don't know. What if something happened where there was Mel, she would went to jail
somebody
for involuntary manslaughter. And I'm like, nope. She's not going to jail. I got this card. So
then you take that card, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Patrick, I'm going to give you the win on that one.
The court is adjourned.
All right. Would you rather live in a sailboat or an RV for life?
RV.
You guys just don't like the water?
I like being protected from the elements.
Yeah.
The sailboat has that little under the deck thing.
If you wreck your RV, you just got to get out. If you wreck your sailboat, now you're dead.
It's a good point. It's a very good point.
That's a fair point.
That's a fact.
Fair point that I hadn't considered.
Unless you drive your RV off a cliff, then you're just done.
That's true. Wow. It depends on how you wreck the RV.
And you can't drive your sailboat off a cliff.
All right, this is a good one. Would you rather give up all drinks except water or anything cooked in the oven?
All drinks except water.
I would give up anything cooked in the oven.
Yeah, me too. Microwave food's not that bad.
I mean, geez.
Everything except water?
So that means
forget
you
about
can't
that
have
pumpkin beer,
Coke, juice, anything.
Mark, you'd rather have the oven food and water? No more.
I'll tell you what.
No more of that orange
this.
Coke, though.
I know,
You know
right?
what? I'd rather just take that over, food that's nuked and not nearly tasting as good.
So I have this air fryer, and this air fryer pretty much substitutes the oven and cooks it in like half the time. It is fantastic.
It's like a hybrid between an oven and a microwave.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's a cheat.
Yeah, what if
so good? It's fantastic. Like everything comes out crisp, and you don't get that oily smell, like taste. If you're like instead of a deep fryer, stuff that you would normally put in the oven, you can just throw in there. Now, I mean, you can't like make like a meatloaf in it, because that requires the oven. Or like you can't. I don't know if you can cook a pie. Maybe you can. I don't know.
What if they took
that would be sad
if,
if you can't bake.
What if they took
anymore.
that away also, and the oven?
Yeah, still.
Still want the beer.
Yeah.
All right, last question. Would you rather be able to control animals with your mind or
I don't even know if I want to hear the rest of it.
control electronics with your mind?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I just imagine if I'm like controlling animals, that the beginning of Ace Ventura when he just enters his apartment, he's like, "Come to me, jungle friends," and they just come out of.
Electronics, though. I'd be like anything.
That sounds like the end of the world.
Skynet.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
It's like Maggie, go get me a beer.
This is true. You never need a TV remote, though, or anything.
Yeah, I feel like controlling electronics has a lot more practical use other than, except for, I don't know what I'm saying. Let me try that again.
You couldn't own a tiger. I mean, I know that. You could own a tiger for sure if you could control animals with your mind.
Yeah.
No, I feel like controlling electronics would be more practical versus controlling animals, other than for, like, defense. Like, if I'm getting attacked or something.
Technically, nuclear missiles and electronic.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Just throwing it out
So
there.
I'm going with electronics.
Sold electronics.
Give
right.
me all the nukes.
The winner,
Jeez.
the winner of the game, according to my score sheet, is me for creating the game.
Cheater.
You guys never had a chance.
The true winner is no one because we just wasted 10 minutes of our life.
We all know each other better now, Mark, all right?
I award you no points. And may God have mercy on your soul.
Oh, that's such a classic scene. We're all now dumber. He's like, how simple no would have done, but okay.
We were watching the other day. We watched that scene from Billy Madison where they like randomly break out into song.
Yeah.
and just the part with the clown. Like, hey kids, it's me. I bet you thought that I was dead.
Dude, my favorite scene in Billy Madison is where he's chasing the penguin around. Nobody else can see this penguin.
If peeing your pants is cool, consider me Miles Davis. Oh, that's the grossest thing I've ever heard.
Or when they light the poop on fire. It's one of them flaming bags again. Don't put it out with your boots, Tad.
Oh, what a classic. What a classic. All right. Well, hold on. I think the podcast machine just started working again. Just in time for us to end. It's pretty cool. Except not cool.
When you were hitting it earlier, is that one of those things like back in the olden days when something broke, you could just like hit it a couple times and it started working again? Because that works literally with nothing now. You just break it worse now.
It made me feel better, and that's what matters.
That's just an aggression thing. Got it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. But it's working now, so that's definitely a plus. That definitely helps for future episodes of the podcast. Which, speaking of future episodes of the podcast, in some way, shape, or form, giving us a review on iTunes, or the thing formerly known as iTunes, somehow helps with the future of this podcast. So, if you would be so kind, go ahead and give us a review on the Apple Podcast app now, I guess it's called. Take your friends or your family members' phones and review us there as well. Ask for their permission, though.
Steal your grandma's phone. She doesn't know how to use it anyways. Does it really help us, though? I mean, if you really think about it, because what we've done is, like, I had to host a show because we got so many, so I feel like really it didn't really help us out at all.
It provided laughs for more people.
Yes, it helps us find a new audience.
I do. Before we end this, I do have one question that is a good one for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Do fish pee?
Do they?
That's what I'm asking you.
I feel like they do.
I'm asking you.
You think they do?
I think they do.
You think they just swim around in their own urine all the time? I've seen fish poop. Never pee.
They swim away from their own urine.
I don't think they do. I don't think fish pee. Just like dogs can't look up. Same thing. You ever seen your dog look straight up?
Now I
don't think they can.
Oh my gosh, yes they do.
What, dogs pee? Or yeah, dogs definitely pee.
Dogs definitely
pee and fish look up.
Fish pee?
Fish definitely pee.
What is that, on Wikipedia? That doesn't count.
No, it's not Wikipedia.
Snopes, I'm looking it up.
It's on animalplanet.com.
Fish urinate either through their gills or through a urinary pore. The latter eliminates urine that has been filtered via the kidneys.
Hold on a second. So they breathe and pee through their gills?
Yep.
So they breathe and pee also sometimes?
Hopefully not the same time, because that would suck.
That's the bad kind of suck.
This is why I don't eat fish. Gross. Because they're gross.
There is an entire article literally called "Do Fish Pee?"
So I'm not the only one with that question then.
Nope.
Where's that from? The New York Times?
Negative.
It's from The Onion.
The Onion. Huffington Post.
Yeah. Scholarly article. No, that's all I got, I think.
I'm glad that that's the last thing you had.
I mean, now we know, but you guys didn't know the answer to that before. That's a good question.
I could just imagine you just like laying up at night, just like that eating away at you. Like, man, do fish pee? Can't get to sleep tonight.
You ever see that meme where the girl and the guy are laying there? The dude's like turned away from her and he's still awake and she's like looking over at him and she's like, I bet he's thinking about cheating. And then it cuts over to the guy's little thing and it's like, man, I can't believe the refs gave them that game in Game 6 of the finals.
Yeah, exactly. I love that one.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. So, in the spirit of improv, I am totally improving the single solitary addition to the Good Morning Guys morning playlist. So you can find that on Spotify as well as the Apple Music app. Thank you so much, Bernabe, for maintaining that end of things. The one song that I am going to add to the Good Morning Guys morning playlist is Two Princes from the Spin Doctors.
Nice.
We're only doing one song?
Great.
Only one song, because that's all I had time for.
I mean, we could come up with another one, though.
I mean, if you guys want to add submissions, that'd be great.
Miley Cyrus, Party in the USA.
Is that even... I think that's already on the playlist.
Then we should add it again.
It won't let you add it again. Damn. Believe me, I found out the hard way.
Have you guys heard that Old Town Road song with Billy Ray Cyrus rapping, by the way? The new song? Newer song?
Yes.
You hate it, don't you?
Absolutely.
I love it.
Disgusting.
Billy Ray Cyrus is rapping, but he's in like a like an 80s like cowboy uniform with all the tassels and everything on him. It's awesome.
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
That's fair.
Awesome.
That's fair.
Awesome
We started.
is not the word.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right, double checking now, and unfortunately, Party in the USA is not on the playlist.
Yes. Add
So
it, baby.
we are officially adding Party in the USA to the playlist.
You guys all know that you like it. Nobody just wants to admit it. I love
Right.
it.
Hurts my heart, but it's happening. Patrick, do you have any submission to give?
I'm gonna go with Billy Ray Cyrus. Achy breaky heart.
Good choice. Good choice. Mark is crying right now.
Blubbering inside, let me tell you. Let me double check that. Nope, it is not on the playlist, so it is now added to the playlist. What have you done to the playlist?
What a classic. What a classic.
All right, so Ronnie, Patrick, Lucas, way out there in the jungle. We got fun and games.
Dude, there's no fun going on out there, by the way. Did you see those spiders? You've got to be kidding me.
It's awful.
I would have rethought my career choice and came straight back to the United States.
I'd have came back and worked for a garbage company.
And yet he took out his phone and filmed it.
They're everywhere. I mean, there's no getting away.
You have to walk around with a flamethrower.
Mm-hmm.
You need a bunch of them.
All right, everyone, we're going out to the Amazon and grab your flamethrowers.
Everybody looked like the Ghostbusters.
Mindy, get me the emergency Molotov cocktail kit.
I don't know about this, Dad, but if we all need flamethrowers, should we not go instead?
Nonsense.
Oh, okay. So for Ronnie, Patrick, and Lucas out in the Amazon who really needs a flamethrower, as well as you, our podcast listening community out there, go get your good morning on. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we will catch you next week.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, so Lucas sent 3 voicemails. Here's the third.
Are we still recording?
Well, it's been 30 minutes past the time the boat was supposed to leave, and they haven't left yet. So, in the spirit of improv, I thought I'd, leave a third message. Since, as Ronnie has said in the past, and I think we have agreed as a group, there are no rules. So anyways, how you guys doing? Ronnie, for the 42nd week in a row, have you not watched Superman? I know I'm a little bit behind. Like I said in the first message, I think I haven't listened to the show yet. I might listen to it soon, especially if this boat doesn't go anywhere. I'm going to have lots of extra time to listen to last week's podcast. So yeah, Ronnie, let us know. And Mark, I've been playing a little bit of Exploding Kittens this past week, and it was good. Have you still been playing that Exploding Kittens every week? Or what's been the family game recently? I'd be curious to know. And then Patrick, how you doing, man? Good. You excited to edit the show this week? You gonna have mercy on me and include this third voicemail in the show? Or is it just gonna go out into the nether realms or wherever lost voicemails go? And also, are you still rocking out that Apex Legends, or have you moved on to a new game this week? Curious. Like a cat. Alright, you punks. Hope you have a good show and improv. Bye. Ciao. See you later.
I think when he called, he had no idea what he was going to say.
Yeah, me neither. It sounded miserable.
Yeah, it's like, been sitting here for 30 minutes. There's like 16 tarantulas on my left leg.
I've been eaten alive by tarantulas this week. He's going to listen to this and be like, Lucas left other voicemails. but we're not playing them. He's going to be like, dang it. He's right. There are no rules. That's why we didn't have to play his voicemails. You can leave as many as you want. That doesn't mean we're going to play them.